Hi my loves, just a trigger warning to let you know that I will be speaking about weight loss in this video. Please don't watch this video if you're not up for it, and look after yourselves. Hello. Today's video is a little bit different. I wanted to talk about something that I've been going back and forth about for weeks now. So if you follow me on TikTok, you'll know that I recently posted about this glow up that I had. This glow up included me losing about 10 kilos, actually more than that, and kind of just changing my whole life, my mindset. I was really hesitant to talk about it because some of the changes that I made involved like my doctor, and it was very specific to me. I'm going to just very briefly touch on what I ate. My diet has a medical reason behind it, so please keep that in mind. My doctor looked at my bloods, she looked at my hormones, which were completely out of balance, and she just advised to go on keto, which I thought was a fad diet. Really hesitant to do it at first, considering it involved lowering your carbohydrates and upping your fat, because at the rate that I was going, I was just gaining so much weight so fast, and I had no control over my body. My cortisol levels were through the roof. Eventually, I listened to her and I did go on keto, and I did it for about 2 months. I lost a lot of weight in those 2 months, but I also completely balanced my hormones, and I don't know how it happened, but it did. I'm not going to ask too many questions. It turned out to be the healthiest thing I have ever done for my body. I can see that in my blood tests now and my hormone levels, and I don't have any bloating, any digestive issues. It's all gone. So I did keto for about 2 months, and I lost probably about 6 or 7 kilos, and then I switched over to something more sustainable. I lost another 4 kilos or so, and now I'm in a place where I'm just sustaining my results, and I really love the way that I eat now because it is very keto inspired. However, it is far more sustainable for me personally. I eat lots of healthy fats. I don't eat bread, pasta or rice because those foods, unfortunately for me, as much as I love them, make me so sick. And I'm not talking about weight, I'm talking about inflammation, water retention, bloating, digestive issues. I only get those things when I have bread, pasta and rice. Like I said, I'm not going to spend too long on that because that is a very specific thing that I did that I wouldn't recommend everyone do. We're going to move on to things that I learned through my weight loss journey about mindset and actual things that I did that genuinely make a difference. I have my laptop here. Number 1, it is your perceived worst version of yourself that is actually going to get you the results that you want. I just want you to picture yourself right now. If you are in a position like I was a few months ago where I was physically not my healthiest, I was stressed, I was unmotivated, not disciplined with myself, but I also wasn't loving myself. It's actually that version of myself, it was that girl that made me this girl. And when I realized I had so much gratitude and care and love toward that version of myself because it was her that decided to change, it was her that implemented the habits that I'm going to talk about in this video that got me to where I am today. And I literally would not be this version of myself without her. You need to start loving yourself. You need to start looking at yourself differently when you're in your lowest lows, because there is no way you are going to get to this idealized version of you without that version of yourself. That leads me on to my second point. When you feel like you can't trust yourself to look after yourself, that has a domino effect in all areas of your life. When you're feeling like you have tried over and over and over again to make yourself a better version of yourself and it's just failed, and you feel like you have no trust that you can actually do it, that is when things start to just go downhill, and it is really hard to get out of that rut. But I'm here to tell you I did it, and if I can do it, you can do it, because I spent 5 years, guys, literally 5 years of my life in this cycle of exercising, restricting my calories. I'd lose a bit of weight and then I would gain it all back again because I self-sabotaged as soon as I had a cheat meal or something like that. And it was the most toxic, debilitating mindset I can imagine, and I know how many women are out there that are in the same position. You need to start from a place of self-love, and I know that that sounds really broad, and also you hear that and you're like, what does that even mean? How do I do that? And if you are really outcome focused like me, I'm someone who, I like to look at results. I like to look at how things worked for me. I like to see results. It can be really, really difficult to step back and try and enjoy the journey. Me personally, one of the biggest things I realized is you can change overnight. That was a weirdly comforting thought to me because I struggled to stay on my journey of healthy eating and exercising because I knew how long it would take to actually see results. But my diet changes combined with my mindset of, if I do something today, it's going to have a flow-on effect tomorrow. It's going to change my mind over time. It's going to change my dispositional way of living and my habits. That's why you need to live in the present. You need to start being more mindful, because you will never get the outcome that you want. As much as I want you to kind of detach from that a little bit, you will never get the outcome that you want if you aren't being present. When you're eating, be conscious about what you're putting in your body. When you're going for a walk, look around you. Try and really be as in the moment as you possibly can. Hardest times in my life are the times that I felt disconnected from myself and from my actions and from my behaviors. Tip number 3 sounds really hypocritical, but don't listen to anyone else. If you are taking advice from random strangers on the internet about weight loss and you're hearing people say, oh, I ate whatever I wanted and I lost 15 kilos, that is, I don't even know if that's possible. So rare. Like, I don't even want to say it's impossible, because maybe there are people out there that for some reason just up their exercise 20 minutes a day and eat whatever they want and they can lose that amount of weight. But it actually does take effort to lose weight. It takes time to make your body a healthier machine. It takes time, and you have to keep in mind that it is not going to be easy. I followed every single kind of fad diet that I could think of before I went to my doctor and got some actual advice based on me. I tried the high carb diet, which made me gain a ridiculous amount of weight, made me the most inflamed I have ever been. I was eating healthy carbs, by the way. I just want to say that. I wasn't eating bad food. Body just hated it, and I wasn't listening to my own body. In the day, it was making me lethargic. It was making me low in energy. It was making me bloated. This is going to go the same for you. You may know that carbs are what helps you push yourself in your workouts, are what gives you energy throughout the day, keeps you full, makes you satisfied. And you're probably listening to me going, what is extremely healthy and perfect for someone is not necessarily always going to be the same for someone else. And please remember that. Don't listen to anyone else. Really learn and understand your own body. Like, you're going to have to spend time. You are in a relationship with yourself. You are in a relationship with yourself for life. You have to understand yourself, and there is nothing on this planet more important than that. This next tip is random and pretty short, but what time you eat matters. It's funny because I just said don't listen to anyone else, but when we're talking about my glow up in particular and what I learned from it, my body loves breakfast, lunch, and dinner. However, I don't eat past around 4:35 p.m. Reason being is I used to go to sleep every night with stomach pains from my food just really slowly digesting, and I would literally go to sleep with stomach cramps, and I would wake up bloated and with stomach cramps. I realized one day that I was eating too late in the afternoon and too late in the night, so I started having my dinner 4 or 5 p.m. Made a huge difference for me. I can't even tell you guys. The first few nights were a bit hard. I was a little bit hungry, but it's because my brain was used to food at that time of night. Over time, I started noticing my cravings throughout the day were more balanced. I was just feeling better in my body when I woke up in the morning, and it's something that I still do to this day, and it really helps me when I feel like my digestive system is just under stress. Like, maybe I had a big day of eating or something, my body is just like, you need to chill. So I'll usually just make sure that I have an early dinner and then let my food digest from then onwards through the night. So the next thing that I learned in my glow up journey, exercise is important, but food is more important. I love walking. It is my primary favorite way to exercise for reformer Pilates. But my weight loss, the majority of my weight loss happened when I actually couldn't exercise because of a knee injury, and I was literally sitting at home and barely being able to move because of my knee injury. I was so inflamed, and it was through the foods that I was eating, this anti-inflammatory diet that I was eating, that I was able to lower my inflammation and eventually get to a place where I actually could exercise again. But for about 2 months I could not exercise, so I was literally just focusing on fueling my body. I've never been so strategic in how I fuel my body, and it made the biggest difference to my mental health. My brain fog was gone. I could feel my inflammation just leaving my body. I was seeing the weight loss and the water retention disappear, and I just realized how important food is. The next point is you really do have to detach from how you're going to look. If we are talking physical glow up, You have to understand, especially if you maybe have not been at the ideal version of yourself at that place yet, you're not going to know what you look like. You're not going to know what it feels like. So really just focus as much as you can on the process and understand that it's kind of exciting not knowing what's going to happen to you, not knowing what's going to happen to your body. Maybe you'll get abs, maybe you won't, but you have to understand that this version of yourself doesn't exist yet, and it's kind of exciting. You just don't know what's going to happen. Try not to focus too intently on looking a certain way. It might not look how you envision that you're going to look, and it might kind of change your motivation levels, and it's really important to just go with the flow with this journey and really just fall in love with the process. The last point, and probably one of the most important points for me personally on my journey, is you are not missing out on anything just because you have different priorities. You decide to go on a self-care journey and you decide to do something with your diet or do something with your workout plans, or you stop drinking or whatever. You're not missing out on anything. It's just that you have decided to prioritize yourself. And for me personally, that was really difficult. People in my life didn't understand what I was doing, and they didn't understand the health reasons of why I was doing it. And I just had to really remind myself that I was doing it for me and me only. I got to a place where I realized that I wasn't missing out on anything because I was choosing myself. If you do want a more in-depth video in what I did, like what I ate, what I did in terms of exercise, and I will do that, but like I said, and I want to reiterate it, I really feel like this is not something for everyone. I don't think everyone should do this, and although the health benefits of keto are wild, like can be really, really good for your body, it's not for everyone. But if you are in a place where you are considering all your options and nothing is working for you, then I do recommend going to a doctor and getting your blood tests done and getting your hormones checked, getting your cortisol levels checked. Just check everything, because there could be something that's going wrong, like what there was with me. It's going to give you a very clear answer of what you need to do. And I'm really lucky to have my doctor who guided me and was there for me throughout my whole journey with this, by the way. I didn't just go off and randomly start doing this. I had advice and I had guidance. I don't think you should just go off and start doing random things like a keto diet when you don't know how you're going to respond. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you did like it and if you found it helpful in any way, please don't forget to leave a like on the video and subscribe to my channel. I am still trying to figure out what you guys want to see from me, so definitely comment below if there are any video topics that you want me to talk about, because I am still kind of a new channel. I have only just started to really focus on YouTube again, so I definitely need to know what you guys actually want from me. But I really hope that this video was helpful for some of you. I really hope it helped at least one person. Oh, fingers crossed. See you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good rest of your week.